Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back down here in Porchville. How you doing?
Hell yeah!
What's up, brother? Let's see, Friday the 13th in Porchville.
Friday the 13th in 2020.
Yeah. I think we've already had one of them, though, haven't we?
Yes.
I thought there was another one.
I was here, I think.
Were you?
I'm
fairly certain. David Borah's back with us. Shane Carlton's back with us.
What's up?
How you doing?
What's going on, Shane?
So it's Friday the 13th in Porchville, as I stated. And I went through and I actually looked up the history. Does anybody know what the history behind Friday the 13th is? The history of the superstition aspect of it.
I have no clue.
You I can't hear you.
I have no clue.
There you go.
Please fill me in.
Why does he always do that? He always sits like
I'm scared of the mic.
he's
You
like
gotta kiss
leans
it.
back from the mic.
You got to kiss it.
We're
dude.
live, baby. Let's do it. Get on there.
Are your lips touching? There it is.
Fill us in. Tell us.
I don't like it when you
We're
phrase
intrigued.
it that way. That sounds kind of strange.
I kind of liked that I said it that way. I didn't even think about it until I said it out loud, and I'm just like, oh, yeah.
So
Got to get your lips touching.
the origin of Friday the 13th I found to be slightly humorous. Okay, so I Googled it.
Are we talking about the movie or like just like
No,
just
the
day
superstition. Why
itself? All right.
is Friday the 13th superstitious? So if you Google it, you'll find several links. And so I clicked on history.com. Seems like a pretty good place.
Ancient aliens.
There was a description at the top of the Google page. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but I got to the History Channel page and it said that the fear of 13 was part of what added to it. But Friday the 13th was considered unlucky because, according to biblical tradition, 13 guests attended the Last Supper. Right?
Okay.
Friday?
So, but
What was it on a Friday?
but listen to the fuckery, because there's some fuckery afoot here. You ready?
Some tomfuckery.
When I go back to the Google page, I notice at the top it says, according to folklore, the unlucky nature of the number 13 originated with a Norse myth about 12 gods having a dinner party in Valhalla.
Yeah, I thought it was something to do with Vikings.
So come
I didn't want to say nothing
on.
and be wrong.
I had no clue.
Because I remember, do you remember the stupid 13th Warrior or whatever Viking movie with...
No.
Yeah, and there was something in there that triggered when you were talking about the history of it, that they were... something about that movie.
I don't remember that movie.
Yeah.
So
But anyway.
why is 13 unlucky? Because there was 12 and then a 13th one showed up.
Microphone, David.
So
Pull that microphone to your face.
Kiss it. Kiss it.
That
Kiss
chair.
it.
That chair will
By the end, he'll
slide
be like,
forward.
What is the significance of the 13? You said there was 12, so why is 13 bad?
Because the trickster god Loki was the one who arrived as the 13th guest.
Okay.
And, Loki's kind of fucking shady.
Yeah, I've heard.
Just
So-
just a little bit. But I like Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, he's dope.
Yeah.
Love him.
He's super dope.
He's great.
Yeah.
I love him in everything. Everything I've seen him in. He's always good.
Yeah.
There's been a couple things, but I can't name it.
So we've had the
Me
Friday
neither.
the 13th superstition since the Greek
Since,
times?
like, forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Since fucking forever.
Dang, I thought it was a new thing.
So it's like
I thought so,
Odin
too.
versus God. It's just whichever one you want to go with there. I'm taking Odin's side. He's older. I would imagine. A little
Well, yeah. I
wiser.
mean, I was Loki's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, he wasn't his dad. Loki isn't yet even Asgardian.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's
He was-
right.
He's a frost giant.
Yep.
Are you getting your information from Thor the movie?
Well, yeah. I mean, but that's it. It also holds true in the comics as well.
Okay,
That
okay.
Loki was actually a frost giant.
Like an Anunnaki.
A what?
I don't know. It's the ancient people. Like they're in Antarctica now. They're like frozen or something. I don't know. That's why we can't go there. It's one of the conspiracy theories.
Pull that microphone to your face, man.
All right.
You got some duct
Listen,
tape?
slide the chair up or something. Just keep it in your face. There you go.
Just work.
There you go. Just right there.
No, it's
Just
like
kiss
the
it real
Anunnaki.
gentle.
Supposedly in Antarctica, there's like an ancient race of people that are like frozen and like asleep and stuff called the Anunnaki. Ancient.
The
Like,
what?
yeah, they're ancient giants and stuff. Like talks about them in Genesis chapter 6 verse 4, I believe.
I should probably fact check that, but
Just Google Genesis 6:4 and read that.
all right.
The Nephilim, the Anunnaki, same thing. Giants, depending on what you were talking about. But maybe could
Genesis.
be Odin.
No, I'm just
Genesis
talking
6:4.
about Nordic stuff. I'm not talking about Christianity or the Bible.
I'm just saying where it was like mentioned in the Bible. That's like the only place.
Genesis 6:4. You said
chapter 6 verse 4.
the Nephilim were in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children to them.
Yeah, it basically says
And the
that
same were the
non-humans mated
mighty
with humans.
men that were of old, the men of renown.
Depending on which translation
I don't
you're looking
fucking
at, but
know
it's
what that said.
It basically says that
I could have just summoned some shit like Evil Dead style for all I know.
non-humans mating with humans is what it says.
What the what? I saw there was like Nephilim. I saw them on that show Supernatural. You ever watch that show? Sam and Dean.
Yeah, well, Courtney watched it all the time. I
bet she
I didn't
does.
really get into
I
it.
bet
Have
she
you ever been on the
does.
show? They're looking for Sasquatch. Have you been on that show?
He's
before?
gonna kill you like a fucking Sasquatch. One of these days, he's gonna pick you up over his fucking like tall
That's my gimmick. That's the
Sasquatch
only thing
stance
I have
and
on
throw
him.
you down
Is that he looks like a Sasquatch.
flight of stairs.
Yeah, and he could do that because he's like a Sasquatch.
Don't call him a Sasquatch.
I know it's my
He's sensitive.
Well, no. I'm
thought he appreciated it.
I'm actually intrigued. Like, is there a TV show about like looking for Sasquatch?
I think multiple shows.
Yeah, actually.
There is.
Yeah,
With
I would,
Rob-
I would
Did
watch
they
that.
find you?
With Rob Lowe and his son, or sons.
I could just see you out in the woods naked, just taking a mud bath or something. And
See, that's
camera
different. I
sneaks
could
up
see him
on you.
doing that.
That's his. That's his
And they
backyard.
find him and think he's a Sasquatch, but he's not really.
That might actually happen tonight.
Is that why you were walking around my backyard there the other day in the woods?
Oh, you saw me?
So anyway,
I'm not a very good Sasquatch, apparently. It was too easy to find.
So it's Friday the 13th.
It's
We have a
Friday.
Sasquatch.
It's Friday the 13th.
And we still don't have a president. I mean, we have a president. We
Jesus.
just don't know who the next one is. Yeah, sort of.
You're jumping right in. You're jumping right in.
Maybe we'll talk about that later.
Well, so
It's getting real.
everybody that's listened to this show knows that you get into the QAnon stuff.
Yeah, among many other conspiracy theories, I guess.
Yes, you're our resident conspiracy theory.
I'm an expert in something, sort of.
I mean,
Self-proclaimed.
I'm calling you an expert, so I will take that
I'll
for
claim
whatever
it.
it's worth.
I'll claim
you
it.
know.
I'll claim it.
I'm a pastor because I signed up for something online too. So I mean, you know, we've all got titles.
Oh, he is a pastor. I was actually there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Can you baptize things?
Yeah, I can. Apparently, I think. I mean,
Yeah, you want to get married?
what?
No. No. I'm already married. I think that's illegal unless we go to Utah.
All right. Well, all right. So we'll put a pin in that.
Maybe later.
Fuck was I talking about?
I don't know, but I
Jesus
think we're going to
Christ.
Utah.
Friday the 13th. Presidential election. Not knowing.
No, we were talking about the QAnon stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you get into that, and
Yeah, and Q hadn't posted since the election, and then luckily he posted yesterday and today.
but what does that mean? Who's Q?
Nobody really knows.
How does that
guess.
fucking work then?
It's a mystery, and that's what's fun about it.
That doesn't strike you as strange.
All the other alternatives of what it could be don't seem logical. About like some guy in his basement, just because of all the connections between Trump and Q that have happened in real time.
Who do people think it is?
Oh man, I don't know. It's
Come on, I know there's some goddamn rabbit holes somewhere
some
like
people
there's
have
some
said,
theories.
like John F.
Like a-
Kennedy
like a
Jr.,
good top three.
like he didn't die in the plane crash, that he was tipped
Yeah.
off, didn't take
Wait,
the plane.
no, wait a
So
second. Wait a
other
second,
than
wait a second.
JFK Jr., it's kind of open
I
to
saw
who it actually is.
I saw some pictures of whom some folks were saying was JFK Jr. now.
Like at a Trump rally or something
And
like that.
like, no. Like, he's wearing like a fisherman's hat and like a purple polo or some shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? What's going on?
I haven't looked
here?
into it that deeply. I don't know, and I think Q has maybe even said that JFK Jr. is not even alive, so probably not him. I don't. Nobody really knows. That's the mystery of it. It's just a team or group, most likely, of people that are posting.
Kind of like
insider
anonymous, where it's
information.
just mostly like a group of people that are actually posting this shit.
Yeah, but he posted and basically said that the election, you can't catch somebody. This is not what he said, but this is along the lines of what's been happening. Is I thought it was very anticlimactic about how it just went up about stopping corruption, and then we had the election, and then now we don't know who the president is, and everything's up in the air. And then Q posted, and he basically just said that this was all planned. That in order to catch somebody doing corruption, you have to let that follow through, and then you find them on the back end. So I think that the potentially fake mail-in ballots that happened with Biden are going to get uncovered, and that won't happen in our elections in the future, hopefully. And hopefully Trump still remains president
But see,
after the court case.
all right, so a couple things that I have with that. Like, for one, I've heard a lot of people talking about like watermarks and mail
on the ballots and them being
stuff like that.
blockchain.
Right,
as
but
well.
but here's my question. What would that matter? Because the way I see it, ballots were the ballots. So I've seen reports of like, oh, there's some stolen ballots, or a district said they got 500 and they only got 470 or something like that. So where did those extra ballots go? And if you took all those ballots from all these different other places, it would add up to X amount. Very conspiratorial sort of stuff.
And also the voting machines is a big issue there, where the voting machines, Dominion's voting systems, or Dominion software, I think is what they're called, was used in 40-something states. And that software has sort of like back doors where
Pull it down a little bit. So you gotta reach
votes can be switched. So it can count, like you can program those machines to count, okay, say I want to count 10,000 for the first person on the ballot, and then after that gets to 10,000, start counting all the A's, or the first person on the ballot for the second person. So it has all this backdoor switching software in it, in the Dominion software, Dominion voting systems, Dominion software.
Oh,
that
don't
was
get me
used
wrong.
in 40 something states.
Don't get me
so
wrong.
there's abilities for the counting of the votes to be
Yeah,
changed
where you
too.
have electronics involved, I could totally see the likelihood of potential, fraud. Oh, Matt, send that over that way.
Sasquatch.
Well, one thing, did
Damn it,
did
Sasquatch.
anybody do the mail-in?
No.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
Actually, my
No, my mom and
my
dad
grandmother did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cordy and I did the mail-in.
so
And then they checked afterwards.
probably
to make
just
sure it
like with
counted.
everybody else, I have friends on both sides, Republicans, Democrats, whatever.
Yeah.
So my Republican friends that are registered Republicans that did mail-in got one ballot. Almost all of the Democratic ones that did mail-in got 3 to 5 per person.
Like 3 to 5 individual ballots.
Yes, sent to their house.
with their name. Or
Yes.
like other people's names.
No,
Really?
with their name.
That should be easy to take
I know-
out. Like,
I know
so if somebody
somebody-
got 5 ballots with their name on it, and they submitted all 5. They should be able to take out 4.
I know somebody
but
who
if
they
everything
should
else
be.
is all corrupt, then
I know somebody who got a ballot from a state that he never lived in.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. That's crazy.
David.
That's crazy. Sorry about that.
Damn
Well,
it,
is-
David.
is anybody getting stuff from Georgia on their like email stuff to them? Because I keep getting stuff saying, "Hey, thanks for voting in Georgia," and I'm like, I didn't vote in Georgia.
I didn't get none like that.
Yeah.
I'd be looking into that.
I got one ballot from the state of Florida, and that's all I got.
Yeah.
And
I voted in person.
Well, I
I
did
mailed
it
it
in
back
person,
in.
but I'm just saying.
Yep. I went down, voted in and out, no problems. Everything's on the up and up. But again, I mean, there's such a lack of faith in everything right now, and it's
Yeah, I was gonna say, who takes a vote here? Who thinks the election was perfectly fair with no fraud in it? And anybody raise your hand that says there's no fraud?
well, I wouldn't say that
I
for
think
regardless.
There was small amounts.
I wouldn't
of
say
fraud
that for
or
any
large
candidate.
amounts.
I honestly believe that like pretty much every
Yes.
election has been fraudulent.
1,000% yes.
Yeah.
1,000% yes. I don't think any election has
So
ever been without
it's-
fraud in
it's-
some way, shape.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right.
It's not new. It's not new. So like everybody that keeps on like freaking out about it, like it's just like seriously, like look at like 60 years ago, like,
Yeah.
in the voting elections, like there was some fucked up shit going on.
Yeah, I think there's some challenges being thrown out there right now. It's going to be what it's going to be. I don't know what to say other than that. I mean, that's all we can do. Just accept it. What the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah,
Exactly.
like this is like what I said last week is like, you know exactly what I am going to do tomorrow morning.
Same thing you did this morning.
I put my pants on the exact same way I did 4 years ago.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Shit staying on the outside.
Shit stain on the outside.
Sasquatch doesn't have toilet paper, so you can't. Shit happens.
So one thing I was doing today is, because I'm sitting here looking at Friday the 13th stuff, is I looked up the theme song, because when you think about Michael Myers, what do you think about? You think about
You hear the theme
the
song.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
Freddy.
it's similar to Jaws.
Freddy's got that. 1, 2.
You know what's weird is I actually don't think about that.
Well,
I think about
you're
Jamie.
weird.
I think about Jamie Lee Curtis in the movie
Boom.
True Lies when she's doing that sexy
with
dance
the
in the
rose?
in the bedroom.
Yeah, with the rose, right?
That's pretty
Oh
good.
my god!
Or before that, in
So
Trading Places.
hot.
And then her husband
places.
busts down the door with all the
Yeah.
or NSA agents or whatever they are, CIA or whatever, in the helicopter.
well,
Yeah.
I think about.
I just think about the lap dance with Arnold.
I think about the
That thing
goddamn.
that was fucking awesome.
I think about the theme song to Friday the 13th, and what I realized is there isn't one. You can't. When you think about Friday the 13th, you think about the. That's it, right? So, check out. I'm gonna play this. It's just a little clip.
Sorry about the helicopter.
The first Friday the 13th.
Why do you always bring the helicopters with
I don't
you?
know, man. I don't call them, dude. I don't know.
Here's the first Friday the 13th. Listen to this.
What is that, Austin Powers?
That was it.
That sounded like Austin
not-
Powers.
That was it.
That's not as good as what I remember.
That's got to be from the original
That's
one.
the original.
Yeah.
You want to hear the second one?
Yeah.
All right, here's part 2.
That sounded like
Pretty much the same, right?
Yeah, a little better, but the similar. Yeah.
dude. It seriously sounds like I'm getting attacked by sharks with frickin' laser beams.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play you part 3.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Probably is the one I remember.
What the fuck happened in '82?
The cocaine.
Sounds
probably.
like Jungle Love.
Dance party.
I mean, what the fuck?
It's close
is
to
that?
midnight.
I love it.
Yeah, I think we should keep this on for the rest of the show.
Or just have it as the outro, maybe. Yeah, save that for outro, please.
Well, all right. Should we leave it there? Or should we go on to number 4?
Well, is there one that's like, what's the one we remember? That's like,
That's what I'm saying. There isn't one.
they're all different.
There isn't like a theme song behind
It was
Friday
just
the
the
13th.
sound. It was the
Yeah.
that was it.
All right, so I'm going to play
Yeah.
number 4. I haven't heard this one. I don't know what this is.
Can't wait until you get.
I guess they went back. They decided to go back the other way.
That sounded like an explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds kind of lame.
That wasn't even a song. That was just noise.
I could have brought the bombs.
I can't wait till he gets to Jason X in space.
I'm
or
committed
whatever.
now. Should we keep going?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, sure. That's 6?
That's 5.
5.
So far, 3's got it. 3 was pretty fucking dope.
That was the
Yeah.
cocaine 80s or whatever.
Yeah, cocaine 80s.
I don't like.
That's part 6.
That sounded like almost like show tunes. Like that could be like something on like Broadway or something.
All right, here's number 7. Anytime now. Okay, that sucks.
That was really loud.
I apologize to anybody wearing fucking headphones.
Which
Like us assholes.
Which is
all
probably half the
included.
people listening to this podcast. I like this one.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Early 90s, like 94?
Yeah, that's Jason Goes to Manhattan.
That's Jason number 8.
Yeah, Jason in Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like fucking Bon Jovi or
Some of them
shit.
hits me exactly which one it was.
Ooh, yeah. There it is.
Sing it, Nick.
What the fuck?
You're a vocalist. You can sing it.
So that's which one's the best? You going with number 3 or number 8?
Oh,
I like 3.
I'm going 3.
Yeah,
3 all the way.
3. I'm in. We'll play that on the outro. Oh god. So you guys did a little homework today.
A little bit.
A little bit of homework
Little
today.
bit. Only
Yes.
51 minutes and 20 seconds.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. You guys watched the old Social Dilemma.
Yes.
I watched it for the second time just the other day with my wife.
You
And,
watched it twice?
That's weird.
Well, I wanted her to watch it.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you know.
You both didn't watch it twice.
No, I watched it and then I was like, "Oh, you got to see this."
Okay, that
And
makes
so
more
I watched
sense.
it with her.
Yeah.
It makes
you
more
know.
sense. I saw it once, and I don't think I need to see it again.
Yeah.
Like
That
it's
shit's
good,
crazy.
But you commit it to memory quickly. At least
Yeah,
I
you
did.
should. When you watched it, did it make you just like not want to touch your fucking phone or anything like that?
it made me start thinking about being on Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Watching this right now.
Yeah. Seriously. Just total disconnect.
As soon as I looked at my phone, like after watching most of the movie, I'm like, it was a completely different thing that I was picking up. I was
Yeah.
looking at it, and I was like, man, I know why they're sending me these things now. Like I kind of already knew,
Yeah.
but the way they made things visual
Yeah.
in that movie or in that documentary, it definitely helped for me to be like, man, it's a whole different thing than when I thought I was picking up earlier. Like I thought I
Yeah.
knew what it was and kind of did, but it's definitely real. It's your phone and whatever other device you use is definitely a spy device.
Well, like that whole thing, where they would like, send out a notification, so and so's nearby or something like that, just to rope you back into,
Well, one of the things I had
wild
been
shit,
told
man.
or read or learned about many months ago, maybe years, was that there was a little AI version of you inside of Facebook, inside of Twitter, inside of whatever they serve ads, and based on what you react to, they basically serve an ad to you in the digital form in your AI little form before they serve it to you in real life.
Yeah.
And they brought that up in the Social Dilemma, and I was like, wow, that was an interesting thing that I had been told and thought about was actually happening, and then just seeing confirmation of that's how they actually do it was definitely mind expanding and eye opening.
I thought it was the people that were there that had designed those things, that had built those algorithms and all that shit that,
Yeah, and
that
that's-
gave it some validity.
That's like what like I really like kind of like was paying attention to is I already pretty much knew that all of this like weird spying shit was going on anyways, but actually hearing it from the engineers, the people that actually built these programs, and they're even saying like, this is some fucked up shit.
I liked when there was a guy at the end of it. You probably didn't get that far, where there was a guy who designed a certain algorithm, and they were like,
oh yeah,
he was giving an end around, like how to get around it, you know, they were like
don't
they were like, oh, I love that you're giving
I think
you're reversing what you created in the beginning.
I think what they were saying there is don't pick the recommended YouTube video that comes up on the main screen once your past video is ended.
Right.
They're saying pick one of the other ones, because then it's not actually letting it get feedback of, yes, we offered them the right video and they did choose it. If you always choose a different video that's down below that recommended video for you, it's never ever giving it feedback saying it did the right thing.
But what if it eventually figures out that all those videos down below you're intentionally picking to try to throw it off, so they're going to keep filling it with shit.
It will learn that
in
eventually.
comparison to
with the
just
top
the
5 or 7 of what recommendations that they have.
The programmer will make a very small tweak to the algorithm that says include this parameter.
Those motherfuckers were saying it was the algorithm like tweaking itself.
Yeah, but okay, they give it the goal. So if they can
the
say
AI.
the goal is the most
talk about the AI.
Yeah, they give it the goal, right? So if they change the goal a little bit, it'll start picking different ones. So it's like it wants to show you a video that you'll pick, but if you say there are ways to
but they were
modify it.
saying that the AI, part of the job of in the design of it is to teach itself.
That's
to
machine,
grow itself.
That's
and
machine learning, and that's exactly what
to learn you.
Yeah, I feel like there was some movies about this.
Yeah, it just uses a bunch of simulated events to test.
Have we learned nothing from Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, of course not.
Well, there's also that crazy movie with Johnny Depp, like where like AI and like nanobots like took over the world.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he like put his personality into a
fucking computer.
Yeah.
Transparency.
Yeah, I think I wasted like $6.99 and saw that in the theater.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie was fucking wild. And then
I watched like half of it and I was like, no, I'm done.
That movie was wild.
Or maybe to the point of Minority Report, where they'll predict stuff.
That was
for people.
That was a wild
future.
One. That was a wild one. The precogs and Tom Cruise.
Like based off of how you're acting, it'll know that you're going to murder somebody.
Do we like
a certain amount of years?
They could predict if you're going to kill somebody.
Are we liking Tom Cruise again? Like, is Tom Cruise cool again?
No.
He was kind of like...
he jumped on that couch, and that made him kind of weird.
Yeah, that made him weird. I just wasn't sure if he had rotated back to the normal...
It's been enough time. He could be cool now.
Okay. I hear that, Top Gun 2, that does something for...
When I see that, then he'll be cool again.
They were supposed to release it.
But they kind of put everything on hold.
They closed all the theaters. Permanently bankruptcy.
Top Gun 2 definitely gets my giblets wiggling a little bit.
Is it? I thought it was just sort of like an on hold sort of thing where they just
makes me
all
go when they wiggle.
Well, no, it's on hold, but it was been on hold long enough to close all the theaters. They can't continue to pay their bills to keep their doors open because nobody.
Regal Cinema lost
what else is
$20 million.
What else is going to go in there? So
laser tag.
That'd be fun.
Oh, dude, when's the last time you played laser tag?
It's been a while, but I'd definitely go again.
Well, with the parking and as big as it is, probably a showroom for a car lot.
Yeah.
Car lot? No, they have conglomerates, something conglomerates. All the car lots are all by each other, so that people will go from one car lot to each other. I learned that in marketing in UF. I think it's true. It could be wrong. I don't know.
No, that is actually.
I love your resolve. It might be true. I don't fucking know.
That is actually.
You've seen it on the internet.
What do you want from me?
That is actually a true thing. That you're working at a Toyota dealership, and then somebody brings in a Ford.
Yeah.
And so a Toyota dealership isn't going to sell a Ford. So they have a deal worked out with the Ford dealership where they send the car over there, and they all work together. That's a real thing.
Huh. But I've seen you can buy a fucking Ford from a Toyota dealer.
Well, yeah, like one of the
when it's a quick turnaround. Like,
Yeah.
I can't see anything cooler inside of those movie theaters than like paintball or like laser tag.
I think they're
or
just going to
something
stay
cool like
movie theaters. I don't think they went bankrupt. I thought they just like closed down operations, sort of laid everybody.
Some of the big theater chains went bankrupt, but then somebody's going to buy them and use those assets, and the investors in those companies lost their money.
Think about this.
The only
They
thing
tear
with your-
down the walls, and then they put in an indoor go-kart racing track.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing is,
How cool
it
would that
brings
be?
people. That's what shut down the theater. They don't want big groups of people, so it has to be something that's not going to bring big groups of
That's if you
people.
believe in COVID.
I believe in COVID.
Well, I mean, I believe it's a real thing. I just don't believe it's like deadly for most people.
Well, it's
not very
deadly for who
scary.
it's deadly for. For those people, it sucks.
Old people.
You know,
So is like the cold and the flu.
people with other conditions. What do they call it?
Pre-existing.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that it's really affecting. You know, and it sucks. But it does appear that we've got a vaccine in the works. That's
I'm not taking that.
I don't really take vaccines in general.
Me neither.
I don't get.
I haven't taken the flu
vaccine.
shot.
I take
in
supplements,
years.
not
Yeah.
vaccines.
Yeah, I don't know. I
You
I
do
want to
know.
get an
You just
antibody test. I want to see if I had it.
Me too. I probably did because I don't take any precautions.
I know somewhere you can go where you can get it tested for $50.
For the antibodies?
Yep.
Where's that?
Behind the liquor store.
No.
There's got to be a way to do it for free. I guarantee you,
No.
there's a way to get it for free.
I don't know.
There are ways to get it for free. The easiest way to do it, though, it'll cost you about $50.
I'm good paying a couple bucks for somebody who's sticking a needle in my arm. I'm fine
They're
with it not
testing your
being done
blood,
for free.
or they what? Are they sticking in your nose or your?
Oh no, it's a little prick in your finger.
Yeah.
like an
that's
HIV
it?
test.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the nose swab is if you have it,
yeah,
and then the antibodies would be in your blood to see
Yeah.
if you've had it.
right.
Yeah, because my company is actually doing the nose swabs. We're doing that since like May or March.
How often
Have
do
you
you gotta
tested
do it?
positive yet?
Do what?
Have you tested positive yet?
No,
How often do you have to do it?
I don't have to do it.
No.
I had to do it one time just because of tracing.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody at work, and then I was closely.
How much did that suck?
So I pulled up to the window, and the guy was like, "You just take this, and you're gonna have to put it in your nose, swirl it around, hold it there for about 3 seconds, and then when I tell you to move it, take it out, put it in the other one." He was like, "Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "Yeah, how far? Because this is the only time I'm doing this, so I want to make sure you get a good enough test."
Can't I just like lick the fucking thing? I mean, they say, you know, if it can be transmitted through like a cough or a sneeze, like I
Yeah.
should be
Yeah,
able to just
yeah.
like, there you go.
Yeah,
There's
it
your
makes
swab.
total sense, right?
Why are you jamming it into my fucking brain?
Well, at that point, I was so pissed because I had like 20 hours of overtime for that week, and
Yeah.
they were sending me home, and I couldn't come back, and I was like, man, I'm gonna lose 20 hours of overtime just because some idiot.
That sucks.
Like me, that doesn't take precautions against coronavirus. I probably already had it.
Maybe it was you.
I don't work there. I'm not having delivery.
I'm
boy,
certain
man.
you did. Certain you've had it.
They wouldn't let me in. They got key cards and everything, man. Probably.
Yeah, we did.
You know, it's funny. I do have a full UPS costume, and I won a costume contest in October 2010 or something like that.
You told that story on this show.
I may have.
You
done that.
have told that
So-
story.
so-
I promise you.
So I won the
you have
costume
told that
contest as a UPS
story.
guy. Still have it. I could totally break into your job as a UPS guy. Probably.
Well, you could just break in dressed as that right now.
I'm certain he probably just admitted to at least 1 or 2 felonies. I don't even fucking know.
All right, so
Dude, you could just like dress up in that costume and just like walk up to my house and be like, "Oh yeah, I have this package delivery for you. I have to
And
come
then start
inside
stripping?
to drop it off." And then yeah, you can just come inside and
Well,
start getting naked, and I'll
that's
just
what
be
they
like,
did
"This
to
is
Jeffrey.
totally normal."
It was Jeffrey.
Open the box.
Jeffrey Epstein's judge's son got killed by a FedEx guy.
I didn't
Remember
order any
that?
sausages.
Are you trying to say that you killed him?
No. I have a
Are we got breaking news right here?
UPS and FedEx completely different things. No, I have a UPS costume. I've never killed anybody
Oh.
that I know of, and I'm pretty sure I know of that. You know, so Yeah. I mean, I might have like thrown a cigarette butt out the window and it got caught in like the semi behind me and the semi flipped over and then somebody crashed into the semi. But I don't know that because
that happens all the time
when looking in my rearview mirror.
So I will say this because we're talking about coronavirus and vaccine and all that stuff. Just one thing I noticed. I saw this article today from a statement from Ticketmaster.
Yes, I saw it
about them tracking your. They want.
Or you have to upload that you've been vaccinated for COVID.
How do you feel about that
shit? To go to
How do you feel about that? Like that's
terrible.
That's
like,
some tracking
I don't
stuff,
use Ticketmaster,
man. It's
but now I won't use it.
I don't know.
I'll just stay at home.
I haven't really looked into it much. Like the only thing that I saw was like what you posted online today.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I've seen about it. But
that's pretty much all I saw. There was one other article similar that I read.
I just don't really understand like how they would really be able to strictly enforce that.
Yeah.
You just have to upload it like they do on like Uber and Airbnb when you want to be a host or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just upload the document.
It's just it's just something weird that I don't think that they'd be able to enforce it.
Yeah.
I don't think they would.
I don't think so. It's kind of strange, though.
Well,
I don't know.
It's easy for them to say it right now when they have nobody going to sporting events.
Depends on who the next president is.
That's true. That's true.
Well, yeah, if Biden's president, we're going to have to wear masks forever, right?
Well, no.
I mean, I'm not going to wear
no.
one, but...
but then we get to stay home and get $2,000 a month or whatever it was, too.
Well, but most... I think a lot of the governors are going to come out against it, though. There was the guy in Missouri... came out against it, said, "Hey, we're not doing the lockdown thing." So
sounds constitutional.
I don't know how that's going to play.
If they can't force me to buy health insurance, they can't force me to wear a mask.
Yeah, I think Biden already kind of backpedaled on the whole mandate thing. I think
once
he said he would have
in the presidency. You'll never,
What I read that Biden said was that he would have a national mask mandate, meaning that anywhere that federal regulations supersede everything, that you would have to wear a mask, but anywhere
so in
else,
national parks, national buildings,
it's local government that would
so but anybody, I mean,
I think masks make people sicker.
Well,
it collects all the germs and you rebreathe it.
I think there's some good evidence on both sides. I mean, if I'm not a scientist. Reed came
on.
If
evolution or biology wanted us to have a mask, we'd have a weird thing over our nose, but we don't.
Well,
we'd all look like Scorpion from...
Yeah, exactly. Or Predator. Something like that.
Yeah. I
Dude,
mean,
that would be fucking badass.
Yeah.
Dude, I would rather be a Sasquatch than a Predator, honestly.
Sasquatch than a Predator?
Yeah, dude, they're just more cool, I think. I mean, to me. I mean, Predator's badass. He's got some cool technology.
Without the laser shooter, that might be a good battle.
Sasquatch gets laid more,
I think he just has a little bit of a crush on me.
I think so. He's always kind of had a little affliction for you.
Oh my god! You're just not a real Sasquatch, though, man. So you can't steal my heart.
Just a little bit. There's just like a little bit of hope in there somewhere.
I have hope, man. My whole thing is based on conspiracy theories. I have faith. I have hope. I have a lot of shit.
So
you can't see.
So, who do you think that who's going to be president the next 4 years? I think
Donald Trump.
Matt, you said
let me say
you're
this.
in it for Biden. Hold on. We're going in a circle. It's organized.
I'm second in this circle, okay?
Clockwise.
I'm still
So
second.
you're taking Biden.
I'm taking Brett Favre.
You're taking Brett Favre.
I've already told you before. I'm taking Brett Favre.
That's true. You did say that. You're taking Trump. You think Trump is going to pull it off?
I made a small bet, $10, with a friend of mine who's a Democratic socialist who doesn't even like Biden, but likes Biden way more than Trump.
Yeah.
And I made a bet with him that on January 20th, Trump will be inaugurated again for the second term. Anybody but Trump, I owe him $10. So Biden or anybody else, technically.
Brett Favre.
Could be Brett Favre. If it's Brett Favre, I owe him $10. But if it's Donald Trump, he owes me $10, and I already told him he has
How
to.
about you
he
owe
has
me
to pay
$10
in
too?
ones, so he has to count it out in singles.
If Brett
So we'll see
Favre
what
wins,
happens.
I think I actually owe you $10.
So you're keeping the faith.
Yeah, I have 100% faith, and I was losing faith. So, again, I'm a Q believer or whatever. I read Q's posts and stuff. I was losing faith with Q post not posting for almost 10 days, and then luckily he posted yesterday and today saying, hey, it's part of the plan, which makes more sense. So I made the bet a week ago or something like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Though. Doesn't that feel like okay?
I told him
He
that
lost,
in order to make
so
the bet, I'm like, it's
we're-
easy money, man.
We're changing up the plan. Like, doesn't it feel like that? Because I heard that the thing now is he's supposed to lose so the evidence can come out in court and all that stuff. That's what I heard. As far as QAnon goes.
Yeah.
But that was that always the narrative? Because if that wasn't always a narrative,
they've been saying since the beginning, this isn't just another 4-year election. So if he just loses and that's it, it seems like it's a very anticlimactic event with Q, at least.
but couldn't it just be?
It could be, yeah, and that's where I guess all the people that believe.
And I
in
say
Q are-
this being one of the fucking only stupid bastards on the internet right now, saying like, "Hey, it's not over. Like, just calm down. Let everything play out. Let all the challenges play out. You know,
Well,
let
Trump
everything be
has-
as it'll
it's
be."
like 230
I've been that guy.
It's-
Not a lot of other fucking
Trump
people
has
out there.
more electoral votes that are uncontested than Biden does. It's like 236 to 219 or 217 or something. So there's actually more votes of uncontested states for Trump than Biden. All the states that they say he has won, those are being contested. So if the contestation goes towards Trump, he's the president.
What do you think happens though? What's the scenario? What do you see happening? If Trump somehow
proves fraud,
yes,
in order to win the election, he has to prove there was fraud.
well, and he's got to win the fucking case.
Well, yeah, he has to prove it. He has to go to court. He has to prove that there was fraud.
But are
This
people
is how
gonna-
much fraud it was,
are
and
people gonna
then it
believe
changed
it,
the
though?
election.
Are people
So he
going
really
to
has to
believe
choose.
it?
Like, if let's say there's 50,000 vote difference between him and Biden, he has to prove there was at least 50,000 votes that were fraud in order for it to make a difference.
So what
He proves
happens?
There's 20,000.
But what happens when those votes are taken away and then the call's reversed and Trump is declared the winner?
Well, the way that Trump's declared the winner has to do with the electorates of the state, the electoral college, and
Right.
there are more states that are Republican than Democrat.
But I mean, what does that do to society? What do
Well, so you got to think of it this way: there's 74 million people or something, 75 million that voted for Biden supposedly, and there's 71, 72 million that voted for Trump. So
wait, say that again?
there are 75 million that voted for Biden and 74 million that voted for Trump.
I think that number is even up to 77 for Biden,
Okay,
which I thought
77
was crazy.
and 72 or something,
Yeah.
something like that, right?
It's insane.
So there are going
Historic.
to be you have to filter out the people of those that are fraud or dead or whatever. So there are going to be about half of the country, or close to half, 40 to 50% or something, that are going to be really upset. But it's for the benefit of society that we make sure that our elections are fair and accurate. And,
I agree
Yeah.
that it needs to be fair and accurate across the board.
I can accept a loss,
but that doesn't
I won't be
mean-
happy for America if we choose socialism and if there are more living,
I'm just
valid
saying that
people voting for Biden.
it doesn't mean that
I just
people are
won't-
going to believe it. That's what concerns me.
Well, think about it this way: if there's
people-
74 million people that voted for Biden, but let's say there's 5 million dead people that voted for him, or something crazy, just say they're all dead, then there's really a little bit less that voted for Biden than voted for Trump.
Sure.
If that's what happens in the end with fraud.
Yeah, I don't know. You think I don't know. What do you think? You think if
And you don't go to court to commit an illegal act of like stealing
Right.
an election. You go to court
but I'm talking
to
about
prevent an illegal act.
I'm
from happening
talking
against
about
you.
do you see a fracture even bigger than already exists in society?
Yes.
Yes, but the
But-
thing is this: the fracture can be sort of healed through truth and information. So if
Can it,
there's
though?
a fracture, but if there's a lot of true information that comes out that says this is why the election went the other way because of this fraud, and it
But
can be
people
proven.
don't know where to get true information from.
That's the problem.
They don't trust any information that they're getting. Anything on the news is questioned, rightfully so. But where does anybody go to get just straight down the middle fucking news? That's what people want.
That is almost
right
something
here.
that
They
needs
get
to
it
be
right here.
Yeah, right here is one thing to get.
if they're coming here for their
no,
news.
seriously.
That-
People,
Holy shit.
friends, everybody talking.
Yeah,
And,
but
and
I actually really do agree with Shane.
Well, that's
because,
missing in
like,
society.
We're just bullshitting
Exactly.
and we're just talking about like what is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like that's the way that we're talking.
That's all
I
I want.
voted Trump. He voted Brett Favre. I'm not mad at it that he voted Brett Favre.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I think he'd
I
be
don't
a
give a
great
shit.
president.
Does Brett Favre still live in Wisconsin?
Does he still wear Levi jeans?
He's probably back in Mississippi.
And wear copper fit?
Well,
so he can keep throwing?
He's probably getting paid to wear those jeans. So, yeah, he's probably still wearing them.
But I think...
money didn't grow on trees, bro.
I think by and large, everybody is able to accept that there is fraud in our elections when it is committed against their side, when they feel it's committed against their side.
I saw a video on YouTube today that said that something like 70% of Republicans think fraud happened, but like 8 or 9% of Democrats even think fraud happened.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. I heard that there was a huge majority of Democrats that thought that there could be fraud in the election, but that also an equally large number that had faith in the results. You know what I'm saying?
But how does this fracture just the right off the top of anybody believing anything to do with the government anymore, whether it be Republican, Democrat, or that won't be Republican or Democrat anymore, just because those are the two main parties that keep having issues with votes that will now switch to being independent or something else, just so they're not associated with all this fraud or someone that just can't stop crying that they lost.
Yeah. I don't know.
Think about it like that too. Like how many people lost faith in the system?
I'll tell you what I lost some faith in is just fucking some people. I'll tell you that much. Because I found this to be hilarious. I have some friends, family even, whom I've been nothing but nice to over the years, nothing but gracious to. The day that they called it for Biden, I'm reading that. If you're disappointed, you probably can't read or some shit like that.
You're ignorant.
Just all of a sudden coming out of the woodwork at me.
They're making lists of Trump supporters.
Wait a fucking minute. That's not cool. But that's what I'm seeing a lot of, and that's sort of disheartening. It's like just all of a sudden soccer moms coming out being oh, you're ignorant. Thanks, Susan.
And unfortunately, I like to take the high road, but a couple of times I went just like they did to me. Hashtag not my president.
Yeah. That is the dumbest thing in the world.
I think the new hashtag is not the president, because Biden made the thing where he's like the office of the president-elect
if I see
even though he's not really even.
If I see you or any other goddamn Republican, anybody saying Biden is not my president, I'm going to kick you in the balls. Right in the fucking twig.
Right now, he is not the president.
Yes, but if he becomes sworn
January 20th, I owe $10. Once I pay that $10 to my friend, if that happens,
and he'll be the president. That's it. And that's it.
Well,
if that's the case, then that's it.
Electors.
But we got, that's the thing. We just move on. Move on to the next.
Exactly.
Did your watch just start playing disco music?
Well, how does
it was playing Jason?
How does
he downloaded it?
We'll talk about that later.
What kind of sponsorships do you have other than Jack Links?
we need some sponsors. We need to find some sponsors. If anybody knows any sponsors or anybody who wants to jump on here,
we need to get Jack Link.
We should
reach out.
That'd be good.
To a friend
Is your
of mine.
summer 8675309?
What?
8675309?
No, that's Jenny.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
I love Jenny.
Jenny.
That's a different
Jenny. Back to Alabama.
When do you think they're going to start fucking making movies like that again?
Never.
You think
it's all about it? It's all about the youth.
You think the system's fucked?
No, it's to me everything nowadays movie wise has just been too over the top, or they're remaking,
or they're no movies.
Well, up to this point, or they just remake classics shittier.
Is it just me, or does anybody else have a fucking problem with like TV shows and shit incorporating the whole COVID deal.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Apparently the show
neither
This
do
Is
I.
Us, which is like it's
I'm really excited about tomorrow because I'm going to be watching episodes 2 and 3 of The Mandalorian.
I hear that's an amazing show.
Yeah.
It's
I watched the first season.
so good. So the first season amazing. The first episode of season 2 was really good. And I haven't watched 2 or 3 yet. So
NBC
that's what I got.
NBC, one of their big shows, This Is Us, you know, everybody fucking loves it, and apparently I haven't watched it, but apparently they've started incorporating the masks and stuff like that in the show, and so I guess the fans are like, hey, you know, we want a break from all this bullshit. That's why we're watching you. Like, just leave that stuff out. We don't want that. We want
Real
to
America.
live in, you know, this alternate fucking reality kind of thing. So, what do you think?
I have not watched that show.
What I mean, just as far as incorporating COVID and masks and all that stuff into entertainment, leave it on the sidelines, or
I'm with David. Like I really don't watch TV. Like I'll stream some stuff on Disney Plus and Netflix.
yeah,
Other than that, I don't really watch TV.
you got the hiccups, don't you?
Yeah.
They went away.
I heard you struggling with them, fighting them back.
Yeah, the only TV that I watch is basically like, you know, my kids watch Disney, you know, Plus,
Yeah.
and I'm more Netflix watching, like, you know, old shows of like Shameless or stuff like that. But
I watch
TV shows anymore.
I did the
I'm all about
That
Star Trek
70s
Next
show?
Generation. That shit is the shit.
oh man, I watched that '70s show. Then I did The Office, Parks
The
and Rec.
Office, yes. Yeah.
I still remember when I called to cancel DirecTV in 2017. Basically, I was like, well, I watch your TV too much. I was like, I'm not getting anything done. I need to cancel. Along with other stuff too, but that
They
was
were
like
watching you.
I kind of felt that way. I don't know. Shit was weird back then. A lot more helicopters.
So I will say, all of this stuff that's happening is like rife for conspiracy theories. Like if Trump pulls this off, it will be
Like Bush in 2000.
I'm worried that the goddamn just country will explode. I'm worried about that.
Those are 72 million
Did
people
you
voted
say
for him, so that's
Bush
72
in
million
3000?
Yeah, but
2000. Wait. What
I'm
timeline
pretty
are we
sure
on?
you said 3000.
What timeline are we on here?
no, he's at 2000.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
'Cause I-
timeline are?
because I had to think about it. I was like,
We might
Yeah,
be
it
in a
was
different timeline.
I don't think so.
I thought that about a week ago. I'm like, man, maybe I'm on the dark timeline where bad shit's gonna happen to me pretty soon. You know,
We're in the year
I hope that
3000.
doesn't happen.
In the year 3000.
Sing it again, baby.
No, man.
So you're saying with COVID and with conspiracy theories, what was the question?
I'm just saying that the time, like everything going on, is rife for, you know, conspiracy theories. If Trump manages to hold in there somehow, and maintain.
so my thought
Holy
is,
shit!
I kind of look at it like this. So if Trump wins, yeah, it'll be instant, just a bunch of babies, just,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, there's gonna be-
throwing a tantrum.
Oh, there's gonna be some fucking
Yeah.
tantrums. There's gonna be some crybaby bullshit.
but
in the
then I
streets.
think also
There's already tantrums.
on the but it's going to be
it'll be that whole
a
stupid like
bigger scale.
looting and, you know, let's go
Yeah.
burn down our fucking town square.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
That's been going on for the past 4 years.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's fucking stupid.
but I can also see
Not really, 4
Biden
years.
winning, and if he does what a lot of people says that he's going to do, I can see it turning
It's unlikely
into
though.
that as well.
It's unlikely though because if
if he
as
wants
long
to
as
shut
they-
down the economy,
but as long as they hold on to the Senate,
because you know as good as I do, you shut down the economy, and now I can't provide for my family.
Right.
I'm gonna go find to provide.
I don't know how it all
You
works.
gotta put on the war paint.
I don't know how it all works as far as like divided, House.
It's just going to be
Senate
a different
and all that stuff.
Nothing gets done.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very stagnant government for 4 years, just based on a lot of the things
2
that were
years.
proposed.
Well, 2 or 4. Because in 2
Yeah.
years things can change.
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So wait, are you telling me that I get 2 years off of work?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Where do they hire Sasquatch?
Gonna fucking destroy.
I mean,
it.
National Park Service.
You're not going to be pissing in the pool when
he's
you go
gonna
in
murder
it.
him.
He's just going to launch you
He's
into
gonna
it.
fucking murder him on Friday the goddamn 13th.
No, I like it.
We have a bond.
I want
the
you
whole
to keep it
time,
up.
the whole time in the background, we're just gonna be hearing that.
Oh, we're having a dance party now.
Oh God, that's all that's gonna be happening the whole time.
You turn that on, they might start taking clothes off before
Oh
they start
Jesus! Oh, that's terrifying.
You might see a naked Sasquatch.
Are you gonna jump in the pool again?
I don't know.
No.
Depends on if he puts that music back on.
So Matt, what do you think is the next few months looks like in the world? What do you think? Just day to day, what do you think the world looks like?
I think there's going to be a lot of hatred. I think there's going to be a lot of anger and a lot of separation. And I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. We just got to do our part to make sure we all stay together.
But you know what I'm going to do? The same thing that I did 4 years ago.
Let me guess. You can put your shoes on one at a time.
No,
Hope that Brett Favre pulls it out.
I'm going to put my pants on.
Same thing.
Yeah, hopefully he pulls it out.
You want to make a baby with Brett Favre?
Dude, that would be, I think that would be a very athletic baby, and it would be a violent
A Sasquatch
birth.
with a freaking rocket arm.
Half Sasquatch, half Brett Favre.
Oh God.
Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
You don't want to.
Have you ever seen the?
Is it kind of like Team Wolf?
Have you ever seen the? Have you ever seen the?
It'll be Michael J. Fox.
Shakes and everything.
Oh, I love Michael J. Fox.
Oh, I do too.
Back to the Future, classics.
Yeah, that Family Ties.
Time
All
travel
of
is
it.
real.
Time travel's real. You think time travel's real? When can we time travel?
I think we have been. It's just really secret.
I don't think so.
Who's your
No,
favorite
I don't
X-Men?
I don't think technology we're there yet. The future
When would we
has time travel back.
Well, if we get time travel in the future, why couldn't we go from the future back to now?
Well, that's exactly it. Like if time travel exists or can exist, it stands to reason that sometime in the future, somebody would have already fucking came back here and been like, "Stop! Y'all are fucking shit up." Like, no? Or maybe we just haven't done anything dumb enough yet to warrant a visitor from the future?
Yeah, but
That seems hard to believe.
If we keep on the same trail, then wouldn't we invent time travel? If we alter that.
You guys are fucking nerds.
The other thing is that people talk about aliens being us in the future, time traveling back.
Yeah, that's very possible.
What?
That's why we have the same.
I love how he
body
just
shape,
says that's
but
very
yet-
possible. So confidently. I don't know.
That's why their technology is so more advanced.
Fuck.
Yep.
So that leads me to a question of who is your guys' favorite X-Men?
Wolverine, hands down. Every time. Love Wolverine.
Wolverine,
Yep.
absolutely. He can actually travel through time.
What?
Because of his regenerative abilities, he can actually travel through time.
Yeah, but it's really.
Is that a comic book thing? Because I didn't read many of the comic books.
Who's the guy that has the fire?
I think it's like flame.
So
Pyro.
He's cool.
So
Is that his
mine-
name?
Inferno.
So mine was Gambit.
I think it was Inferno.
Gambit was pretty cool, but he was
Gambit
very
was cool.
underrepresented in the movies. And I'm a Taylor Kitsch
Well, he was
fan.
supposed to have his own spinoff that they cut off.
Channing Tatum.
Like they stopped.
Channing Tatum was actually writing it.
Well, that's probably a good thing they cut it off then.
But I seen
it was supposed to be really good.
Really?
But yeah. It was,
some of those guys surprise you, I guess, then. Because Channing Tatum,
like, look at Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. Like, those movies are fucking awesome.
that guy was 1,000%. That role had to, that comic book had to have been written for him. I swear to God.
But look at him in Green Lantern.
he makes fun of himself in Deadpool. He makes fun of himself.
Hey, what about
doing Green Lantern?
Did you know that he also played freaking Juggernaut
Yeah.
in the movie?
Yeah, in X-Men.
He actually played himself like 4 different roles in there. He had 4 different
Ryan
characters.
Reynolds?
Yeah. He was Juggernaut, he was Deadpool, and he was like a bus driver or something.
This is all news to me. Don't look at me for guidance here.
Yeah. That's the type of shit I read. Did you know?
No, you can never be too informed. I love those fucking movies.
Well, the only reason why I brought up like who your favorite X-Men character was is because Bishop.
Who's Bishop?
He's got the brain.
Bishop was able to travel through time.
Oh.
Bishop was the little blue guy, right? The who was Bishop? I don't remember.
No, Bishop was the black guy that would like send Wolverine through time, like Days
Doctor
of Future
Strange.
Past. He was actually the son of Cyclops, which is interesting. But
This is all in the comics, right?
in the comics and the movies,
Cyclops had a son?
yeah. Well, they didn't talk about it in the movies that it was his son, but in the comics, yes, he was his son.
But in the movies, I don't fucking know.
If you had a baby with a human woman, would it be like a quarter or a half Sasquatch?
Well, for me, I'm pretty sure it would be half, I guess.
Except with a human woman.
With a human woman. I've only been with one before, so I don't really know.
David Borah. David fucking Borah.
I'm sorry.
It's always fun to have.
Follow up. Who's better, a human woman or
A Sasquatch
whatever else you've had? I mean, it gets lonely in the woods. I know.
A Sasquatch woman would
I've been hunting before.
probably rock your world, though.
Well, I mean, I gotta tell you from experience.
I mean, 5 minutes in, I'm masturbating.
Either way, I'm done way too soon.
Have you ever actually killed anything while hunting? I'm curious.
It's a couple of times. That's probably why I haven't seen anything. Just all the noise.
All the fucking rustling around.
Yeah.
God damn. Do you go out hunting at all?
Yeah.
What do you go
I haven't gone in a while, but yeah.
for? Yeah, just like deer or
Deer. I tried bow hunting and stuff like that. I'm not coordinated enough for that. But
I hear that like hogs around here are really good.
yeah, I got some friends that do that. I've never done that.
Yeah.
I just apparently.
Can you use a 22?
Probably not. I wouldn't recommend it.
You could, but
A 20 on a hog? A 22 on a hog?
I mean, if
How
you
bad-
unload a clip, maybe half of them go pierce the skin.
Yeah.
How
the others
bad
are gonna
do you
be,
want to get hurt?
the others are gonna be tangled up in hair.
But yeah, a lot of the hogs that I see my friends kill, I don't want to be around it with the tusk and everything. Yeah, they're
Those
very
fuckers are
aggressive.
nasty.
Yeah,
They'll gore you.
yeah.
What about you? You ever been out hunting before? I never have.
I haven't either.
You know, honestly, I haven't. I know a lot of people that do a lot of hunting, and they're like all about it, and they talk about it like nonstop.
Yeah.
But I actually have not. The only thing though is that I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There's a completely different breed of deer
Oh, yeah.
Wisconsin than there
You
is.
have reindeer.
Oh yeah.
Reindeer. Yeah.
I got a cousin who hit a deer on a
Yeah, no,
motorcycle up in Michigan.
I want to go. I want to do like elk
Who died?
hunting.
The cousin or the deer?
Neither, but he broke like a lot of bones in his body,
Dude,
and I remember when they called when I heard
What happened
about
to
it,
the deer?
he ran off.
Okay. The deer won.
They're fucking like tanks. They're the size of like Volkswagens.
Yeah,
up there.
they'll fucking like rip your car like halfway
So-
open and then just keep on going as if nothing happened.
So here, a couple of friends of mine were going on a beer run or something, and they were gone for a while, and we were wondering where they were at, and they finally come strolling back up. Friend had like an old shitty Chevelle or whatever that wasn't running right, just old car. Come back and he's covered in blood, and we're like, "What the?" So we go, and he's like,
Did you say Carrie?
Yeah. Sorry.
So
Just
so he's like, dude, we hit a deer because we were out in Hawthorne.
Yeah.
So going down 301, I mean, you see deer all the time.
He didn't have
So-
he didn't have a windshield.
No, the deer went through the windshield,
Oh.
ripped the windshield, ripped the deer all to freaking hell.
Oh,
Sent it to the back seat,
And then it ran
and
off.
just went. No, it totally demolished the deer.
You ate it.
But no,
no, man!
So-
it
so
went through the
him-
window in pieces.
Yeah. Him and the other friend of ours that was riding with him just covered, and his whole inside. He ended up just taking it to the junkyard.
I'd be
Get rid of it,
fucking pissed.
But we used to hunt second shift. That's where you go out at night. So we'd, Friday night like this,
Yeah.
we'd all sit around and be like, man, we're hungry. And I mean, in Hawthorne, I mean, we knew exactly where to go. So we would go and just shine going down 20 or 301. Oh, there's one. And just peg one from doing 60.
What was so you born and raised in Hawthorne?
Cross Creek, Hawthorne, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing out there. What the fuck did you do? What did you do for yourself?
I'm telling you what we did.
That's it. Jeez.
Basically what we are doing right now.
He was just shining deer and shooting them down.
Yeah.
I told the story
Is
about
that
when
legal?
when
Can you just shine them and then shoot
No.
them?
I don't think
No.
that's legal.
No.
So it's
not.
legal as long as you don't get caught.
Well, pretty
Right.
much everything is. isn't
Yeah,
it?
like murder
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd go as far as saying murder. I'm not sure I'm going to put murder in that category.
I killed a dude in Iowa
But-
one
but
time,
see,
and
here-
I never got caught. So
But
I'm
here's the
good.
thing.
It's
So
Iowa. Just don't go back.
Yeah,
so
I'm
so the
not gonna do
rule
it.
the rule on that is, at least back then, I don't know if it's changed, if we changed the rule, but you can shine deer as long as you don't have a gun in your truck.
That makes sense.
Wait. So if you go with two trucks, one that shines, one that shoots, you're good.
We had a follow truck, so
Oh, man, that's
exactly.
awesome.
So the front truck shine would hit the deer with the light,
and you would shoot
The
for
second-
the eyes you saw with the shine.
the second would hit, and you're doing 60, 65 down 301.
That's what you call
20.
redneck ingenuity.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what
what
that
will
shit
end up
is.
happening? The other thing is you cannot have a deer in your truck after dark with a gun in your truck.
So you need 3 cars.
So no, the first one would circle back around, pick it up.
The shiner truck had to pick it up.
Exactly.
So you have lights and dead deer in one car, and you have happy guys and guns in
David,
the other car.
put that microphone in front of your face.
Kiss it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you have one car filled with lights and dead deer, and a second car filled with happy guys and
Guns.
gun smoke,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's it. You just need 2 cars,
Yeah.
and you're legit.
Yeah.
I got a car. You got a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go do this deer hunting shit.
I got a truck. Let's go.
I got a 22. Let's go.
You know how hard it is to hit a deer doing 60
With a 22?
with anything.
Can we just hit the car with? Can we hit the deer with our car? Is that legal?
I've had friends that did that too. I'm not hitting
That's
it with my
usually a
car.
worst case scenario, though. You know.
He's from Hawthorne. He's killed animals in many different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but as long as he ate them afterwards, then it's all cool.
Yeah.
The problem with me is
that was usually what we did. Was basically it would happen just before Friday night. We would just be like, "Oh, we're hungry. We'll go." People would stay at my friend's house.
It was easier to go kill a deer, clean it, cook it, and eat it than it was to go to McDonald's.
We didn't have McDonald's.
That makes sense. I get it.
Have you ever been to Hawthorne? They don't really have much out there.
They have a McDonald's now. Within the last year.
Doesn't that shit piss you off though? When you grow up in a fucking place and there ain't shit there, and then you leave and they like get cool shit all of a sudden.
Not really.
I mean,
McDonald's is the cool shit.
Who the hell calls McDonald's cool shit?
Have you been to Hawthorne?
My 3-year-old.
Yes, I have been to Hawthorne.
I told you. I told this story once before.
I've been to Shane's parents' house before.
I told the story once before when the Hawthorne Police Department closed down.
Yeah.
Somebody stole one of the cars and drove it into the middle of town, and I came through there one night, pitch black, just sirens in the middle of the fucking street, doors were wide open, and I was like, should I get up, check this out?
Are you sure that was in Hawthorne?
It was in Hawthorne.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? This is where the horror movie starts. That's how that shit you know what I'm saying?
Your comedic relief.
Just a random fucking cop car out in the middle of nowhere with the lights on?
I did that in Cross Creek. There was a guy
you
that
stole a cop car?
It was a detective's car, yeah.
I bet you I know the car you're talking about.
You stole
I know that cop out there.
It was owned by a police officer.
Yeah, not just any
That's
car.
awesome.
That is a
Freaking awesome.
So
That's
yeah.
cool.
So we were messed up on some mushrooms, and well, 2 of us was. The other one was doing some other stuff, and so we heard of a party.
Do you see the look on this man's face right now? Like
I can tell you right now.
So excited about this
I can
story.
blow your mind with the shit that I've done in my life. Like if I wrote a book, it would be a New York seller.
I wrote a book.
Now I'm
kind of
curious. He did write a book.
Yeah, I know. He talked about that last time. Yeah. So so my friend comes back. We heard of a party that was going on in Island Grove. And so that's a pretty long walk from Cross Creek. So we were like, man, we need to get there, but we don't feel like walking. So my friend was like, oh, hold on. And he left. He was gone for like 30 minutes. I probably, where this car was, I lived like probably a good 10-minute walk. He comes back, running back, and he's like, I got a car. Let's go. So I'm like, okay. So we walk about halfway to where you got the car, and it's just sitting on the side of the road running. We're like, all right. We jump in. As he's driving, we're just going through the car, just grabbing shit. Friend opens up the glove box, and there was the service pistol.
Oh, shit.
and the badge. And he was like, closed it real quick. So then at the same time, he goes, oh, shit. At the same time, I'm reaching underneath the seat in the back, and I pull out like one of those, from like the 70s or whatever, where they put the little light up on top.
Nice.
And I was like,
beacon.
What the fuck? So we're like,
no red
dude,
flags
where'd you
yet?
get this car?
There are so many felonies in this story.
So we get like halfway to Island Grove, and my friend goes, oh shit, we forgot the other, the rest of the tea. We need to go back. So he goes to turn around and gets it stuck in the ditch. So then we just
abandoned fucking ship.
We abandoned it sitting there running. I mean, it was just sitting there running in the ditch, and car was coming. I mean, this is midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Car was coming. We jump in the woods. Truck pulls up, stops. Goes, what the hell is going on? Man, it's still running. I don't. The other person that was in the driver's seat was like, I don't know, but get the fuck back in the truck. We're out of here. And they took off. Never heard anything since.
No, this one that I saw was actually it was a Hawthorne PD car that somebody had taken it and they just drove it right into the intersection, like in the middle of town, right outside of where they parked the cars when they disbanded the police department.
Yep.
And I just rolled up.
Where they shared it with the fire station.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm leaving. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So
I only ran from the cops one time in my life, and I got away. And I'm like batting 1,000. So
I've run away from them many a time.
Have you ever run from cops?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Really?
Yeah, but
well,
hold on.
actually-
I'll beat David to it. You hit the woods and lost them, right? Being a Sasquatch.
Well,
I've never run from the cops.
I didn't
of.
actually run from the cops. I was actually very cooperative with the cops. All my friends ran from the cops. Like we went to.
You were the slowest.
You use reverse psychology on them.
No, like I just got there, and all of a sudden the cops pull up, and all my drunk friends like took off running, and I'm just standing there. I'm just like, really? I'm the only sober one here.
Okay, I got it.
It would have been much more badass if you were as you are now with the beard and the flashlight on the front of your hat. It would have been much more
I didn't have
awesome.
I didn't have the flashlight on my hat. But no, I mean, like, they all took off into the woods, and they all like ran off. Like they all had to go out to the interstate, and like
What?
and then like somebody else had to come and pick them up
Where
off
in
the
the
side
fuck
of the
are you
interstate.
partying, bro?
This is back in
This is
Wisconsin. And yeah, so I'm just sitting there in the middle of this like fucking cornfield with a bunch of cops. And they're just like, "Have you been drinking tonight, sir?" And I'm just like, "No, I just got here. I don't know what's going on."
So I'll tell you another one. So me running from the cops was mainly on 4-wheelers.
Admirable.
Did they have a 4-wheeler too?
No, they were in cop cars.
Oh, they're not going to catch you.
Exactly. So
You know what else isn't going to catch you? That microphone, because you're sitting so far back.
So I'll
You know, you can pull it back towards you, like where you're sitting. You can, so you don't have to keep sitting up on it.
So
It sort of sounds like some weird. I don't know.
What is that song? Lean back.
lean with it, rock with it.
I don't know.
That's a Snoop Dogg song.
So you
gotta
ran
lean
from the
back.
cops, and the cops actually chased you. That's what happened to me.
Yeah, on 4-wheeler.
And then you went somewhere where they couldn't get, and then they just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
I went faster than them and parked before they could realize what was happening, and then I got out. And then I
but
ran
normally
away.
we were right in the middle of in Hawthorne, so you had to. I mean, we're flying down 301 to get to the bridge, to turn towards Interlochen, to hit any kind of woods before because the town lake's right there. There's no woods to get, so we had to hightail it to the woods.
I was as close as I can come was I was like 14 and I was skipping school and there was this above ground sewer system that was back in these woods and they weren't used anymore. They just
Thanks, dude.
They were just these big concrete structures, slabs of concrete that were out in the middle of the woods that we all used to go and hang out at and smoke cigarettes and smoke weed and all that shit at.
We usually did that on top of the school.
And nice. But I remember being back there one day, skipping school, middle of the day. I was just hanging out, and I remember hearing somebody coming, and I just fucking ran because there was none of my friends were there or anything like that. I just assumed it was maybe the cops. Somebody saw him, there's some kid back in the woods hanging out.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was the fucking cops, and I bailed.
So
I lived to fight another day.
it was 96 or 97,
Tupac was still alive.
and so I
Thanks for that.
I thought me and a couple other friends we were going to eventually we were going to go down for murder.
I'm listening.
I'm scared.
So I'm in Cross Creek. This time they just right by where the fire station is. They put a path that ran along the creek, and every so often it was a path for joggers and hikers and stuff.
Y'all murdered a jogger?
No. Fuck. So every so often there was like a little, deck that would go out over the creek that people could just rest at or, view nature. So we used to go out there and just smoke and, hang out. So we're going down this path, and, it goes for miles. And so we're going down the path, and the path was probably about as wide as maybe 2 cars, like side by side, width-wise.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. So,
you know what else is big? The gap between you and that microphone.
I'm sorry.
So we're walking, and we see this box shape in the middle of the road, and we're like, what the hell is that? Get up on it, and it's a plumbing van. Just, I don't know.
In the woods?
Yeah.
Is there a plumber in it?
No. So we're like, what the hell? Okay. So being 17 years old, we're like, let's fucking break in and see what's going on. Like,
yeah.
So
naturally,
the front doors are locked, but the back wasn't. So
you didn't really break in. You just sort of
we just kind of
went in.
Yeah. So friend opens it up. He's like, "Oh, the back's open or unlocked." So we get in there, and there's sledgehammer and axe, pipe, bin.
And this is a plumbing van. Like a panel van, like a bit, just like
like the old the 89,
like just
90,
a big white van,
like Astro van with no side windows.
So y'all three found an abandoned van in the woods.
Did it say free candy on the side?
And jumped in?
No, we didn't jump in.
Okay.
We just kind of reached around and just grabbed and pulled stuff out.
Somebody's getting a reach around.
So that's what we were pulling out, was just like pipes
and the pull out
and stuff like that. Right. So what do you think our next move was?
Steal the van.
No. Fuck this van. Let's fuck it up.
Okay.
So we're beating it with sledgehammer, pipe bender.
For no reason.
No reason.
What?
Yeah, we're 16, 17.
I guess
Busting
that's the
out windows.
reason.
Yeah,
it's in our turf.
Yeah, your turf.
I used to flip porta potties when I was like 16, 17.
Jesus Christ!
So
there's a place in hell for people like that, David Borah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
We'll get in. I'm driving the bus.
Holy shit!
So we finished up, and we just went.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Just threw like the sledgehammer and the pipes in the woods. Threw it.
Yeah.
Went and did what we normally did. Smoked out. Freaking whatever. Didn't think of anything.
Nobody at any point decided let's steal this fucking van, drive it around.
No. Because there was 4 of us. We were like the 4 horsemen. We were.
It was a van.
We were all friends. We were content with being in Cross Creek.
Okay.
There was nowhere to go. So we didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
Everybody went their merry way later on that night, blah, blah, blah. So the next day, or maybe the day after that, all of a sudden there was reports of a van in Cross Creek that was found.
Oh, boy.
And a severed head that was tossed in the woods, and the body was on the other side of the trail.
What?
Yes.
And the cops came to talk to you about this, right? Because they knew it was you that did it because y'all were dumb.
No. So my friend, we didn't know anything about it. My friend came and was freaking the fuck out at school.
Right.
And because this was like a Saturday, and he came in Monday going, what the fuck? So
You're looking over your fucking shoulder, though.
Waiting every time we were sitting in class. That was probably the most attentive we was in school, was that week or so, because we were, every time we would look at the door. Every time it opened, So a week went by, and then what ended up happening was the guy that got killed came from New York. He stole a bunch of money from a mafia up there.
What?
Yes. And came down here and was just trying to live out the rest of whatever.
As a fucking plumber.
Yeah. trying to lay low,
and they
just,
fucking got him.
And they sent a hitman.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I will have to look it
You
up.
fucks destroyed the crime scene. You motherfuckers!
Or we made it look so much worse.
Holy
And the cops
shit.
never came to talk to you?
No, because we're 16, 17. We don't have fingerprints in the system. So whatever fingerprints they have didn't match nobody.
Yeah, all right. I've had the cops come talk to me before. Whatever. All right. You
Yeah,
don't-
me
whatever.
too.
I
I'm
get
just
it.
thinking like, man, that's fucking crazy.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's a fucking
So somewhere, there's a fucking
you had a decapitated head
somewhere
in
there's
a van that you stole.
Yep.
I'm telling you,
And
somewhere
it's
there's
all
a
good.
cop who's sitting there, who's retired, and he's got that one case he just can't let go of, and he's like, yeah, we know that it was somebody from the crime family, but what we can't figure out,
You know what's fucked up?
is why they beat the hell out of the van. We just can't figure out. That's the missing piece of the puzzle, and they know it.
And where the fuck is the body?
Well, they found
No,
the
they
body.
found the body.
They found the body.
Oh,
the head,
they found the
yeah.
body.
Yeah.
They found the head. Okay.
Yeah, so
I know
the only prints that they found was linked back to the hitman. That's how they got, and then he confessed. So
Well, goddamn. Who
Yeah.
would have thunk it out there in little old Cross Creek?
yeah.
Yeah, they would have tried to get you to confess.
I don't want to hang out with Shane anymore. Shane, you're off my friends list.
Damn it!
Well, he's not going to steal your car or anything.
No, you don't have
Didn't
a van.
your car get stolen like 4 times or something?
Twice.
Only twice.
It wasn't me, right?
No.
What is it? A Honda Civic where it's real easy to steal them?
It was
it was two
a
different
Subaru
cars.
Impreza and a Dodge Ram.
Shit happens, man. What are you going to do?
Did they ever catch the guys that stole your car?
Well,
If you can't dodge it, steal it.
they actually did not steal. They did not steal it. They did not catch the guy.
How do you know it's a guy? It could be a girl.
Not a lot of chick car thieves out there hanging out.
but
in,
there could be.
Northwest Gainesville. I
No,
think.
like the Subaru got stolen and it got crashed into like 6 or 7 cars, then smashed into a fucking like ditch, and it was just left there, and the dude or the person just took off.
Don't get politically correct on me now, Mateo.
Has your truck ever been stolen?
Mine?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
First time for everything, huh?
Not yet. I know where you keep your keys.
Well, then you know where I keep my guns, too.
Booyah.
That is true. Oh, that's a good point.
You know where he keeps his 22.
It didn't have one of those. He's not a pussy.
Right here in my stocking. That's right.
Dude, I will never break into this man's house. I can tell you that right now.
I won't either, dude. His dog's mean. I mean, nice, but
No, his dogs are beautiful. His dogs.
okay.
Lovely.
His dogs are very
Well, it
big
scared the shit out of me
and
earlier when it was
scary.
walking in here, but now it doesn't look so mean.
Especially since
like,
it's upside down with its legs in the air.
I want to go rub his belly.
She's being very nice because you've all been accepted as friends. But if you came walking up and I wasn't anywhere around, you'd be very hesitant to walk through that screen door.
Yeah, I'm not
She's
gonna
very
come here
scary.
unannounced.
I mean, she's not small. She is not small.
She's a $120. Definitely not. She's not petite.
No, that is a serious dog.
That weighs as much as 2 of my kids.
I mean, I grew up with a 150-pound Rottweiler, and I wouldn't fuck with your dog.
She's a sweetheart.
I know
She's a big old
I know
softie.
she's a sweetheart, but I wouldn't want to piss her off.
I gotta watch her too, though, because a dog that size. If she does decide to act squirrely one time, like
Yeah,
that would suck.
yeah. I'll keep my distance from that dog unless you're around, and You know?
Oh, she knows you.
Yeah.
She knows you. You know.
I still wouldn't want to. I still wouldn't want to chance it. That dog's almost as big as I am.
No. It's like half a Sasquatch. Half a Sasquatch.
A half Squatch.
Half Squatch. So I remember that
Dude, I wouldn't even want to fuck with your cat.
You have a cat?
I have a couple.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Loki. Yeah. Loki will fuck your shit up.
Which ties in with it being Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and that was what I was about to say. Was we had a plan about 6 months
Oh yeah, you were
ago
talking. You were
to go to a haunted house to see a ghost,
Oh, yeah.
or not a haunted house, but a haunted jail.
Yeah. We didn't do that October.
Well, it doesn't have to be October.
Being what it was,
Can we
and-
still go see a ghost? Like,
Yeah, we could still
like,
go
I
to
don't
that
want to
jail.
die to be the ghost, but like, can we
Are
see
you
like a ghost of someone
talking
else?
like Green Cove?
There's gotta be. Is there not anywhere in Gainesville that like? Okay, didn't people get murdered here by somebody a long time ago or something?
Yeah, they.
Well, there was the Scream movie, and, like whatever.
The
but
what?
Scream.
Oh, you're talking about the Danny Rolling thing. Yeah, there was a serial killer here in Gainesville some years ago. Danny Rolling. He's been
Dead.
awesomely executed over there in the
Florida State
great
Prison.
city of Stark.
FSP.
Wasn't he the last one on Old Sparky?
I don't
the
know.
last one?
No,
Yeah.
they're still doing it over there. They're still doing it out there.
Well, I thought they retired.
Old Sparky.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
original chair or something?
Yeah, the original.
I don't know. They may have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because all the people in the city of Stark, I guess, when on the night that they're going to do an electrocution, they'll all turn their lights off
Yep. Give it extra juice.
to give the extra juice to the prison.
Really?
And they tailgate.
Yeah,
They tailgate, yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Ain't it though? I mean, if you're into that kind of thing,
Well, I mean,
Well,
the people that are facing
Out there-
I think it's kind of fucked up.
Amongst the bush lights.
Well,
Yeah.
they've been
lots of bush lights.
they've been convicted.
Kill the fucker.
and had their appeals
Copious
for
amount.
10, 12 years, 10, 15 years. So, I mean, it's like, it's the end of a saga. Sort of it's the end of the movie.
I guess what
that
he's
person.
saying is that it's probably a weird. I could see. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm shifting into the. I think tailgating might be a little odd.
If you didn't know the team you were playing for or who you were against, it's kind of a weird tailgate to me.
Yeah.
Well, see, like
Whoa,
I'm thinking, like
you're against him dying.
I'm completely against a serial killer being put to death. I'm completely against that.
So you're against the death penalty altogether?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Why?
yeah, I am. I mean, if you kill somebody and it's blatant that you killed somebody, like the Batman killer. You remember the Batman killer
Batman killer?
in Colorado?
No.
Oh, the guy, the movie theater guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the movie theater guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That-
dude,
that
like-
fucking dude.
Like that dude.
Well, he pleaded guilty, so he didn't get the death penalty.
He pleaded guilty as he was walking out of the building.
Yeah.
Like he was like that was like he was the one that did it. Like he's the one that killed those people.
I think they should just.
And
but-
just put him down.
Yeah.
Just like right there.
Yeah.
Just like bullet to the head. Boom.
I'd be good with
Easy.
it.
Done.
I mean,
I am
obviously there's
completely-
gotta
Oh,
be
so
a-
you're saying don't go through the judicial system. Just
I
go
think
ahead
that-
and end it right there.
Which-
when it's obvious.
It's an extreme version, but yes, I think
that was an extreme version.
Yeah, you'd have to go through a judicial process, but I believe, like you're saying, if it is a 100%, you did, yes, absolutely no doubt, you murdered somebody. I think you can, you go through your due process, but once they say you're convicted to death, only in an absolute situation.
Yeah.
I think they take you out back
Well,
right then and get the
that-
job done.
That's
Game over.
That's the hard part is actually figuring out what actually what it actually means to be an absolute.
Well,
situation.
it'd have to be like on video or something. It would have to be. I mean, some people would turn around once th're caught and go, "Yeah, I did it." You
See,
got me.
that's why I brought up the Batman killer is because he literally claimed, like, as he walked out of the building, that he was the one that did it.
But you know that they won't do that because they want to make sure that he's sane enough for what he did and what he's saying.
Yeah.
Because if not, then they'll just lock him up in a mental ward for the rest of their life. So that's where it kind of
going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep this dumbass like just locked up.
Yeah. I've always said in only in cases of absolute it should be an expedited process.
An absolute certainty.
Yes. Short of absolution, I'm against the death penalty myself. We have gotten it wrong, and that's unfortunate, And I hate the idea of saying something so dismissive as, you're going to, when you're making omelets, you're going to break a few eggs or, and all that stuff. Like, that sucks. We're talking about people's lives, so, yeah, I'm not if we don't know, beyond the shadow of a doubt, none of this like, well, there's circumstantial evidence that led to a conviction and then he got on fucking death row because, there was a sock left.
Think about it like this. Like, if somebody were to actually hurt your daughter, would you not want to go after them?
No, I would 100%.
And resolve that situation.
Now, hold on. Now you brought that up. Now, if he does go in retaliation and he kills that guy, does now he have to go up for the death penalty or?
Certainly, but that would be an accepting, because that would be premeditated murder.
That's the
But it would also be under duress and all that sort of stuff. So there would be.
So it would be more of murder in the second degree.
It'd be a passion of crime.
Yeah, yes. There was a movie
because I was on a murder case here in
what?
Yeah, in like 2006 or whatever.
You were on a
the one that happened in Portofino. When they were building that subdivision, it was like 2006 or 5 or something like that.
It's a while ago.
Yeah. And
Portofino, which is over on 20th.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically what happened was the guy, he was just a shitty worker. They were framers, I think it was, or doing drywall or something. And he was just he was a friend of a friend or something like that. He was a shitty worker, so they basically fired him and said, okay, you can come pick up your last check. So he was like, all right, well, I'll come pick up my last check, but I also have these tools that I left at the site. And he's like, no, you didn't leave any tools. So the guy goes, well, those I'm picking up as well, those tools, or there's going to be consequences. So the guy pulls up. He had his the owner of the company had his uncle there, just as added person there to kind of diffuse the situation. And the guy came, got out, walked up. As he's walking up, he was like, "Dude, I don't know what you're talking about as far as tools, but here's your check." But he goes, "No, those are my tools." And he pulled out a gun and pointed, and the uncle stepped in between them and said, well, it doesn't need to go down like this. We'll figure something out, blah, blah, blah. Try to diffuse the situation. And right after he said all that, he popped, I think, 3 rounds in him.
Fuck.
Killed him right there. Ran back to his truck, or his car. Popped open the trunk. At that time, more people came out, and I guess he somehow or another, he either seen there was too many people or something that freaked him out. So he slammed the trunk, got in the car, and took off. The police caught up with him and got him. And in the trunk, he had a .30-30, a shotgun, all kinds of bullets. Like, he was going there to kill this guy. Like, it was murder in the first degree, premeditated. It was all the way. That's what we were going for.
Why were you caught up in this?
I was on the jury.
Oh.
Yeah.
You were on the good side.
Yeah, I was on the jury.
Okay.
Yeah. So
damn.
So what we ended up doing murder in the second degree because there was 2 ladies on there. One, gosh, she had to be like 85, 90 years old, and she just kept sleeping through everything. The other lady, she was very church going and just could not wrap her mind around how a person could do this act.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not what we're here for. He did the act. Like, the evidence. Everything. He did the act.
We're here to figure out how long he's going
at what level. Yeah, at what level. So, because of those 2, we finally, after, 2 days, was able to get it to murder in the second degree. So he served 25.
He's still in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's in jail until like 2032 or something like that.
Damn.
So, yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. I mean, you spend that much time of your life in prison. You're basically spending half of your life in prison. Like
and then you get out and have to acclimate back into,
figure out where the fuck society is and catch up to it.
I think that's where the system fails people. There's not an accurate like
cops.
how to adjust them back into society.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that most of them, outside the constant repeat offenders, want to acclimate back in, and they paid their time, so let's but they just can't. They get frustrated and create.
Well, a lot
more
of those
crime.
A lot of those people, their records are held against them for a long time, and I think we got to do better.
Yeah.
I think we got to give people a chance. I had a boss that he would see one thing on a background check, on somebody else who otherwise presented perfectly, what you want in an employee, and but they would have this one little blemish. I saw one guy, he had a marijuana charge from like 20 years prior, and it was just there was that one little thing, holding him back. People wouldn't give the guy a fucking job because they do a background check, they'd see that on there, and that was it, disqualify him. Fuck that. We got to figure out a way to give these people a chance. It's the only fucking way.
Well, but see, the thing is that some of these guys that they've been in prison and whatever, they're okay with it. Like they're fine. Like they have no problem with going back to prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sometimes that's the only way they get 3 square meals, and
right. If that's once you're institutionalized, it's a very hard thing to get out of.
I'm actually talking about like one specific dude, and he's a good guy. Like he's a cool dude. Like I would trust him with my life, and that's because he has absolutely no problem with going back to prison.
Yeah,
he has no problem with it. Like if he were to like kill somebody or just like beat the living fuck out of somebody, like
that's a good guy to have on your side.
But
he has absolutely no problem with going back to prison.
But he would do that for the right reason, is what you're saying, though.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. He would do it because he's trying to protect somebody.
Right.
He's trying to help somebody.
Yeah, I've had friends like that too.
Yeah. He just like.
But even so, it's hard for them to acclimate back into getting a 9-to-5 job or getting something, because most of the time they spent so much time in prison before they got out that it's hard for them to just get to what we consider a normal life. Yeah. So,
yeah. I mean, like I said, like this dude he's a good guy, and he's got his friends and the people he cares about. He's got their backs, and he was actually my boss for a little bit. This is after I worked for you.
Wait, he killed someone?
No, he never killed anybody.
Hold on.
No.
Are you talking about Nick? What are we? What?
No. This is before I worked for Nick.
Oh, okay.
I thought you just said after.
Oh, actually, yeah, it was right after.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so yeah, no, Nick has never killed anybody.
Not that
yet.
you know of. But it's been another episode of the Porchville podcast.
Hell yeah!
PorchvillePod.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Tell your friends about us. Get over there, subscribe wherever you download your podcasts, and
here comes Shaft
and your sponsors.
Yeah, we're gonna start looking into some sponsors. Let's talk about that.
No murderers, please.
Yeah, no murderers. None of those.
What are they sponsors? What?
Sponsors. We're gonna try to start doing a little monetization, I believe. You know, we'll see
We
how
don't
that
need no
goes.
stinking sponsors.
I think as long as we keep up with this song,
Yeah.
we got some sponsor ideals.
Well,
No cocaine sellers, please.
Aquanet or stuff from the 80s?
Porchville Pod, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good time. We'll do it again next week.
I love everybody.
We love you. Bye-bye.
We love you too, Sasquatch.